also known as the artist Electric Aura. I'm an Aquarius sun and Gemini moon, and I electrify. Ooh, there's a dog here. I don't want to scare my son. We're on a stroller. Yeah, and I electrify myself. And we don't want to electrify the dog. You see, I heard the dog. Beep, beep. Sorry, baby. Sorry. So let's go this way. So let's go that way. See the dog? We don't want dog action, guys. Let me see. I'll show you the park. This doggy. Look at this dog. Look at him. Why you being mean for? Okay. See the dog? Ruff, ruff, ruff. See the doggy, baby? Mm-mm. So me and him were out here taking a walk. It's not that cold, but it's not that hot, but it's not that amazing, but it's still walking material for a child. So like we're strolling, right? So I'm on here to talk about art. It feels good being an artist. Damn, I look a little dry, guys, today. So, hi, baby. So we're gonna be out here showing art and sharing art, the premises of the art. So, guys, this is it. Yeah. So, I remember, huh? Ooh, we're outside. Sorry, my baby's talking. And this is squeaky ass stroller, man. Squeaky. Squeaky. That's one of those strollers that needs to be thrown away by now, I think. Anyway, so this premises of artwork, right? Damn, I said premises really strong. Premises. I think I sound like Daffy Duck. So yeah, this premises on artwork, it's like stick figure like, you know? Because I remember someone telling me, you draw like stick figures. Because, you know, human beings like to like be mean, you know? So I'm like, if I did draw like stick figures, why would it bother you, you know? You want to understand that. You want to understand that. So guess what? I'm drawing the stick figures, man. I'm drawing the stick figures. So, yeah, I'm trying to like balance the stroller and talk at the same time. I need to put something on the stroller so I can do both. Yeah, so the people, right? These are the people. These are the couples. You know, the couples. But it's only one couple. It's only one couple. So I was always drawing this, right? I was thinking about love, right? And this is not like no blue pill or red pill type of thing. This is the green pill type of thing. You know, thoughts of thoughts. So I drew stick figures as a couple. You know, these couples are everywhere. You know, and all the red, you know. But like chaos, you know, confusion, you know, you see the strings. To me, they're like wires that interconnect. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it, Billy Bob. So they're like wires that connect in so many aspects, you know. Love has this thing, right? It connects in so many ways. And sometimes these connections could be burdens, traumas, dramas, right? When you mix with someone in a relationship, you're in the mixture of all their things that they have, right? So those lines, those crazy, chaotic lines, was that. It was like being mixed in things that aren't yours, but it's together. We're mixed in this thing that's together, right? Together in the chaos, right? And then this thing that they call longevity in a relationship is, it's like you made it. You made it for a long period of time. You know, you live through all these things, right? in different moments, different aspects of togetherness, right? Knowing that we both need each other, it's crazy. I wanted to draw a family, but then I'm like, why draw a family when two people come together, a man and a woman? They actually create family, so it's already in them. You know, they can create 3 to 4, 5, 6 people, right? That can exist in this world, right? In relationships, right? In relationships. You know, so I was looking at that, you know, we come as imperfect people. We have traumas. Hi, Crystal, and hi, Amber. So we have our traumas. We have our dramas, right? We have our triggers. And, you know, trying to relate to another human being with understanding is hard. It's not easy, right? Sorry, the bus is here. The buses are over. So I'm trying to let the buses pass. And hi, everyone. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Like and, oh, look at this beautiful sun. This sun is hitting on a good angle, man.
Perfect.
Ow.
Perfect angle, right?
Sorry, guys. People in the background. My bad.
Perfect angle.
Anyways, so guys. So it's like you're trying to relate to each other in relations, but it's hard because people are speaking 2 different languages, but you have to make it one, right? But then I thought about it. Does it have to be one? Are we all not individuals in the midst of this thing, right? So you have to be 2 different people to create one idea so you could be on one accord. Hi, girlie, what is your name? Say it in the chat. Oh, yeah, my name is Aquarius Gem. I'm sorry, guys. I'm strolling at the same time. I have like one hand on the stroller. I'm riding dirty. I gotta riding dirty. Riding dirty. One hand right here and one hand. I'm about to get that thing where you can hold it at the same time. So I can stroll with my child and do the damn thing. I went in the wrong area. So. Okay, I'm about to turn here. Give me a second, guys. For some reason, I'm doing this chat and there's so many people out in the streets today. So I'm gonna get back on track when I make that quiet turn. Quiet turn. Boop, 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 boop. Mommy's about to cross. Boop, 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 boop. But guys, my name is Aquarius Gem, also known as the artist Electric Aura. I'm just multitasking, you know? Yeah. So, supposed to be on one accord, right? But sometimes, you know, the mind just want to do what we want to do, right? Right? Set aside the things that were designed in this world to keep us far apart, like things we've seen on cartoons that weren't real. People still think about Sleeping Beauty. In New York. People still think about Sleeping Beauty in a way of reality, like it's real, you know, like you're about to really find Prince Charming, right? Like, does that even truly exist? No. So the realities of reality isn't realistic, I think, right? So are we on a premises of a reality of love that truly has no existence in life, you know? So it's like you have 2 bodies in this world, which are human beings that can affect each other and that can co-create, but the ignorance of it all. We bring children into this world by pure ignorance. It's crazy. Not dealing with our traumas, dramas, pain, healing. We have triggers, you know? Not understanding fully what that even means. You know, I wish school could teach something like that, you know? That sex and family and And these things are very important, you know, when you're not ready. You're not ready. These things would be of importance. Beyond that, the conversation. So, and that's why I said I'm not red pill or blue pill, because in the midst of that, we still need each other in reality. So this part is like the entanglement of being in that together, of each other's situations and each other's entanglements in dark areas, and not realizing the triggers, the stigmas, the pain, the things that live in people, and not knowing how to navigate that. But at the end of it all, they say that love conquers everything, right? Yeah, they say love conquers everything. Love is something that's a strong emotion, I do believe that in some way, but there's other things in factor, right? How far along is someone's journey to healing, right? How far along is to someone's healing? Like that's important. So as human beings, we should ask ourselves, when you meet someone, do you ask them, how far is your healing? And even if, that's an understatement, because they wouldn't tell you anyways, right? Because human beings are trying to show you a beautiful face, even though we're flawed human beings, right? We're flawed. We're flawed people, right? So this piece of artwork was really about that. Oh gosh, I just beep it. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. So, beep, beep. Okay, Boopsie? Let's cover your head.
Beep.
Beep, beep. Yay, beep. Yeah. Okay. So, I was saying. So, I just wanted to draw this. Like, it's like, what does love mean to you? How is love meaningful to you? And when did you see love? And how did you see love? What age did you see love? And what is the reflection of love to you? Everybody doesn't love the same, right? Everybody doesn't understand what love is. And they do to a certain aspect, but some people have dysfunctional love. Some people have chaotic love. What is love to you? What does that even mean? So the question I want to ask the world is, what does love even mean? I've been told that if you turn the word, you get evolve. You take the O out, you get evil. But it can be all those things. Love can be evolutional. It can evolve to greatness. It can evolve. Oop. I'm a bad driver. It can evolve. You can create children. You can create goals together if it coincides. But can two minds be separate? How far separate can it be? You could be your own individual human being, but being separate, wouldn't that be something that can't coexist in a relationship? Because we're trying to do something on one accord, right? Which is the premise of a relationship, right? To do things on one accord, right? Not to have separate ideas. Separate ideas, but maybe in a different way, but when you come together, you come on one accord, because the greater good of the relationship and goals, things that we need to do, has to be on one accord. That's the beauty of it all. So you could be an individual, but what's the purpose of this spirituality, you know? Unless we're not working in accordance, understanding, communication. These are all things that can trigger someone, trigger life, trigger people. You want to know why? Because we suck at it in life. We're not good. We haven't been taught how to be those things. Understanding, communication, you know? Right? So much complexities of pain, different things. So this is why I drew this. I drew this because it's supposed to show, or maybe it's just in my mind. These are all things that are in my mind. That love is complexity. Love is chaotic. Love is all these wires, right? And different stages, you know, different levels to this, you know. But it's all about how you heal, right? I mean, if you didn't agree with anything that I said, because you're not supposed to agree with anything that I said, because everybody has different ideas of what love is, you know? So, love can be beautiful. But, you know, love isn't always beautiful. They say it is, but love could be ugly, right? So it's like, what does that even mean? So, what does that even mean? You have to ask yourself. But then it's like, what love have you showed yourself? What love have you given to yourself? To create something that's called this relationship thing. So, like I said, I don't do red pill or blue pill because none of that makes sense. We have to coexist in existence with each other. We procreate the next people, the next legacy, the next everything. So to be arguing amongst each other is the dumbest thing ever. It would set no point or mean anything. The only thing that is conflicting is the understanding of each other in the midst of their energy. So, communication, understanding, and understanding self. If you didn't agree with me, you don't have to agree with me. But understanding self is the best concept to what love is. And the closer to you get to yourself is the closer you can get to someone else in the same terms of that you are within yourself, I believe. So, have I figured out this love thing? I don't know, right? Right? You know, relationships and love is a thing that we write about, we draw about. Poets take that pain and they make something out of it. Artists draw it. We need that pain to make beautiful art. I love it. I love it. You know? That's what's beautiful about it. You know, you could be crying about any type of relationship, right? But then when you create with that thing, that is foolish. Because if you have a sense of awareness, awareness is the key to anything, you know? If you're aware, maybe you could stop yourself on the tracks. But if you're not aware, it's okay, because then it's a learning lesson at all times, right? And learning lessons, they can be hard, but you gain a lot of wisdom. So, do I have the answers? No. It's just like what do you call that word? Philosophical thought? Philosophical thought. I wanted to do like a whole situation editing video about what love is. And editing takes a lot of time. So I thought about it in a different way, different aspect. And what does that even mean? You know, what does love mean to people? So, you know, it matters. Is it evolving or is it evil? Has it been good to you so you can be good to it? You know? So So the question is, what does love really mean to you? That is the question I want to ask anybody. What does love mean to you? And if you've seen love, was it the right type of love? Somebody, was it the meaningful type of love? You know, was it something that could make you grow? Was it something that showed you understanding? Hey, Caitlin. Hi. Was it something that showed you purpose? Was it dysfunctional? Did it heal you? Did it give you trauma? Did it make you understand drama? So, love is not an emotion, but a decision. Love is not an emotion, but a decision. Love is not an emotion, but a decision. Okay. Is it like simply like a choice? Is it like a choice? Do you choose to love someone? You're right. I believe you choose to love someone. If that's a decision to love someone, to create that choice, but I do believe that, you know, we are reflections of things that we see and what we do. So I guess that choice you're going to make is only a reflection of who you are, right? So that's why I asked, what is love? And I guess that makes sense. It's a decision that you make, yeah. So my answer would be to show up for yourself in all types of ways, right? Break those patterns, you know? Create those obstacles that you never created. Open that heart chakra, but create boundaries if you need to, you know? If you had boundaries situations when you were younger, I don't know, you know? Things like that, you know? Make love to yourself. Not in the other way, but love yourself. You know? Date yourself for a little bit. But you know, communicate with yourself. Maybe you could be a better communicator than someone else. Let your ego down. But maybe you need that ego up. I don't know. So what does love mean to you? So that is the question. If anybody wants to answer that, you know, write it in the comments, because my answer isn't all answer. I'm just one human being looking for an answer. Aha! Many answers. Yeah, many answers. So then we could fix this love thing. But maybe life is not about fixing, because that is the hell on earth. That is endlessly not going to stop. Maybe it's not meant to be fixed, right? But if that was the case, the good people would be on the good side and the bad people would be on the bad side. But for some reason, good people find bad people and bad people find good people. So guys, this is my journey. The sun is beautiful, guys. The ultimate gift, I can tell you, in my perspective, is loving yourself, loving yourself, loving yourself. And guess what? I'm going to show you guys something. Look, if you don't love yourself, it's okay. But then smell the roses. Smell the roses, guys. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Oh, I love you guys.